Okay, peeps, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over our buys, sells, and dividends for the week of January 28th through February 3rd. It's kind of a intersecting between the months. So let's get it. So the first thing that we want to bring up is how much. I guess we'll first go over how much we made in profit. Then we'll go over how much we made in dividends, and then we'll go over the buys and sells after that. So as you guys can see here on Fidelity, we have exited our LTCM position for a pretty nice profit. It wasn't as much as we were up when we were at like the most recent local peak of LTCM, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Like I said before, our motto is we would rather be rich than right. So it doesn't really matter if we didn't make as much money as we could have. The point is we can now reposition back in at lower prices, which we're going to do. And we're actually going to talk about that in the next video we're going to make for you guys, where we show you how to position in and out of the grayscale trusts and different strategies you can use to optimize profits and positioning. So we'll go over that later. But so the total amount of profit that we made on this position was $4,329.93. Our cost basis here was $4,015.37, and our average price when we were in the position was $5.53, I believe, at 726 shares, and we exited at $11.50. Pretty much more or less $11.50, as you guys can see here, with the same amount of shares. Now, the execution of this trade was literally like that. It was like blink of an eye, very fast. Like we told you guys before, the more liquidity, the faster you can get in and out of a position. So the higher the market cap, the more liquid it is. That's good for position trading. So we made some nice profit on that. We also made $14.92 on PDI, which is the PIMCO Dynamic Income Fund. $31.91 on RIV, or River North. It's a closed-end fund, kind of like I don't want to say like an ETF, but it has like a lot of positions in it. $16.75 on a pop in AMZ, and also $4.84 on NVIDIA. And we'll go over NVIDIA on the Webull platform here in a minute. So anyways, we did get out of this position. We're going to try to get in at as low of a price as we can for the next pop-up, because we do think it's going to pull back. So with that being said, as you guys can see, we have a very, very large cash position. Again, this will be going pretty much more or less all back into LTCN. What the price is going to be when we're going to get in, that part's hard to say. Not really so sure yet. We got to kind of watch the markets and see how it plays out. So you can see that it's currently in holding. Whenever you buy and sell anything on Fidelity, there's always a holding period, what's known as the T2 settlement rule. We've told you guys this before. So basically, when you exit out of your position, you have to wait you have to wait the transaction day. So let's say we got out yesterday on Friday. We would have to wait Friday, then all of Monday, and then on Tuesday, the funds would be freed up to reposition as we please. So that's something that's commonplace with Fidelity and Webull, just so y'all know. But we are still in BCHG. It's a little bit out of the money. Might pick some extra shares up of this next week. We'll just have to wait and see. As of right now, we're still trying to get the minor stocks. So with that being said, let's now go into M1 Finance. So this is interesting. I'm not really sure what this is, but this popped up this week. This was a deposit to our account for some kind of lending settlement. Haven't really done any research on that yet, but that was part of the passive income. The reward redemptions, that is from one of the credit cards that we have, which is the black metal card with a pretty large credit limit on it. So we do get paid for using that. We use it a lot depending on where we shop. So one of the cool things about it is you get paid a higher percentage of cash back if you own the stock in your dividend portfolio and also simultaneously use the credit card at that store. They pay you an extra percentage kickback on your credit cards. So if you guys ever apply for one of those, keep that in mind. So the dividends, we got paid $16.10 from TWO, $5.44 from QYLD, $8.81 from RYLD, $20.13 from ACP, $3.37 from the BSTZ BlackRock Fund, $1.09 from CLM, 41 cents from CRF, $6.15 from Good. We got 48 cents from SVOL, $20.21 from RIV, $14.31 from OPP. We actually made profit and also got dividends on RIV. You guys can see now why we do that. $5.37 from VZ, 4 cents from PFLT, and $18.86 from PDI, which we also made profit on. So that was definitely nice. So now going into Robinhood, as you guys can see here, Clip is getting beat down like a rabid dog. But again, we're very bullish on the Chinese markets this year. Usually after they get downgraded, I believe it was they had a downgrade recently. It's usually, I think, the following year that the markets tend to recover or go up a lot. So you have to go back and look at that for yourself, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. So January 31st, we got $86.26. So now going into Robinhood real quick, you guys can see we got $105.35 from Clip. Also one other thing that I wanted to point out to y'all. So we did also get $10.09 from the money market fund. This was just from sitting on cash. That was about $2,000. So now we're sitting on about 5x that amount. So here's what's great about waiting for the right time to get into LTCN. We could get LTCN on the dip and also simultaneously be receiving $50 a month of interest income because the Fed funds rate is still at all-time highs while we're just sitting there waiting to position, and we don't personally have a problem with that. So just wanted to point that out to y'all. So I wanted to point this out. As you guys can see here, we have 112 shares of NVIDIA. We've been sitting on this thing for eons, and it finally has gone back up past our cost basis. Now, keep in mind, we have not bought shares on this thing for a very long time, so no shares added, no shares sold. But the X date is coming up, and if we don't have these shares before the X date, again, this thing has a T2 settlement date, so if we were to sell out Monday, we would have to wait till Wednesday to get back in. The X date for the yield max is on Tuesday, so we're not going to do that. Kind of our game plan here is to wait until after the X date passes, and then if it's still in profit after the price drop from the dividend payment, then we'll sell for a profit and reposition back in. So basically 93 cents a share in profit times 112 shares. You guys can see we get paid quite a bit, but again, we don't want to miss the dividends. So with that being said, this month we made $445, or sorry, not this month, this week, we made $445.64 from dividends. And this is a combination of the dividends, the lending money. I'm not sure what that was about. I have to look into that. And also the income interest. And we made $4,398.36 in gains this week, which comes out to a total of $4,844 even. So that's definitely a really good week as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully we can continue to replicate that going forward into the year. So no new purchases on the Fidelity platform, just basically cashing out of LTCN, waiting to reposition. With that being said, we're going to go over our trading for the week. So on the 30th here, you guys can see we had one buy, one sell. So basically we bought some triple QY ahead of the X date, which turns out it was a good idea because the dividend went way up after that. Took profit on NVDY. This is like a percentage of this is from NVDY and also like an average DCA into the position. So the next day, so February, got back into NVDY. And then here on the 2nd, as you guys can see, we tapped out of RIV and PDI, took profit on those, and we have repositioned back in for Monday. And we basically took 5% off the top of these and put it into RA, which has the next X date coming up on the 6th of this month. So if we go over here to the portfolio real quick, as soon as it decides it actually wants to load. That's the one thing I don't like about M1 is the loading screen really takes forever. So as you guys can see, we have pending buys here for RIV, PDI, and some more money to go into RA. Again, we're basically doing the dividend capture where we buy into the dividend paying stock or ETF that has the X date closest to the current date. So now going over to Coinbase, basically the only thing that we have bought on Coinbase as of this week is the Horizon token itself. So we put $40 a day into this for 2 days. So that is why you're seeing the numbers that you see here. So we go over to primary balance here. As you guys can see, we added 30, 10, and 40. This gives us the current total that we have, which is just under 10 tokens. We do plan on buying way more than this. So we're going to buy the underlying token, but we're also going to buy HSEN as well, which we do currently have. So that's in terms of crypto. Nothing added to Webull. So in terms of Robinhood, let's go ahead and scroll down here real quick. So pretty much we added back into AMZ, just so y'all know. So I believe we did buy some triple QY before the X date. I'll have to take a second look at that. So let's see here. Okay, never mind. No, we did not. But interesting that. Wait a minute. This is popping up even though it's February 6th. Okay, maybe somebody correct me in the comments section here, but I'm pretty sure the X date for the Yield Max ETFs is not supposed to be until the 6th. Did I miss something here? Did the declaration dates already come out? I'm not really sure about that, but yeah, we didn't add any money to that. So that's very interesting. So I believe that we did actually add some IWMY. This was in advance of the X date. Yeah, we did. So we added $30 right here, as you guys can see, right before the start of the month. And IWMY paid $1.29 per share, so that was also a good call on our part. And I believe we added some HUD 8 was the one that we've been buying the most recent, if I can remember correctly. So yeah, it looks like that would be the one that we bought recently. So as you guys can see, we've been buying a lot. HUD 8 has just been getting absolutely smashed. It's at the macro support zone, so we're kind of loading the boat right now. You can see we got $20 here, $40 here, $40 here, here, and then we just threw a bunch of extra money in here right before the close of market session yesterday. I don't think we added any BT last week. I can look at that, but I'm pretty sure we did not. I think we did add some to Cypher though. So we'll go down to the history here on BT. Yeah, nothing on BT. I'll scroll down a little bit more here. I'm really gonna have to check into that yield max, that February 6th date, because I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to get the X date or the declaration date or something like that until the 6th. I'm not really sure why it's showing this early, so I'll have to check that out. So here's Cypher mining. It does look like we added a little bit. So yeah, we added just a tiny amount on the 29th. So there is that. And scroll down a little bit more here. Basically, the only other thing that I can think of that we've been adding pretty aggressively here is Squee. So as you guys know, we've told you before that for the crypto bull run specifically, in terms of the old max ETFs that I think, well, actually that we think will go up the most during the crypto bull run is going to be Tesla, Coney, Squee, and probably just those main three. There might be some other outliers by that time. We'll just have to wait and see. But as of right now, those three are probably going to go up just because of crypto alone. So do keep that in mind going into the end of this year. So as you guys can see, we added 1.43 shares here, 1.91 shares here, 1.95 shares here, 0.67 and 0.96. So that is what we have added in terms of the yield max ETFs as of this week, and also the Defiance ETFs. So anyways, long video. Sometimes it's going to get like that. We have multiple portfolios, multiple different positions we're managing, multiple different asset classes. That's just kind of how we do it. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this content. Let us know down below what you guys are most bullish on, whether it be yield max, crypto, Defiance ETFs, maybe some of the new ETFs that are coming out. And yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.